Space games are pushing deeper into next-gen territory. Vast galaxies, detailed spacecraft, and cinematic moments are coming together with Unreal-powered visuals that feel truly massive. These upcoming space adventures focus on massive scale, strong atmosphere, and visuals that stand out. Let's get into it. Seoul Shogunate presents a space samurai action RPG set in an alternate future where the moon stands as the center of power in the solar system. You follow Yuzuki, a fallen heir turned outlaw ronin, moving through towering lunar cities shaped by artificial gravity and strict rule by the sword. Combat leans into fast, close-range encounters that mix traditional samurai weapons with advanced technology and altered gravity. Beneath the shining surface, the world hints at deep social divides, hidden labor, and a violent struggle for control. Remnant Protocol is a spaceflight and strategy game built around a galaxy thrown into chaos after the assassination of a central religious figure. The story points toward a long-running rebellion, where control shifts between cockpit-level combat and command decisions made from a hidden base. The tone leans dark and oppressive, with constant pressure from a ruling empire that hunts remaining loyalists. It presents a slow-burning sci-fi conflict focused on survival, resistance, and power struggles across the stars. Menace is a turn-based tactical RPG set in a distant star system cut off from central authority. The focus centers on commanding a strike force, sent to stabilize a lawless frontier ruled by pirates, corporations, and fragile local powers. The tone points toward grounded military sci-fi, where pressure builds through difficult command decisions and escalating threats. Its direction leans toward long-form campaigns, shaped by conflict, uncertainty, and survival at the edge of known space.
The galaxy lies shattered.
Warhammer 40,000, Dawn of War 4 returns to large-scale real-time strategy set in the brutal sci-fi universe of Endless War. The direction points toward faction-driven conflicts, where control, positioning, and long-term planning define each battle. Its tone stays grim and militaristic, centered on total warfare between iconic forces of the galaxy. The focus leans toward commanding armies and shaping outcomes through tactical pressure rather than individual heroes.
Mechanicus priests pursue knowledge long forgotten. Ancient horrors awaken, claiming dominion over all. And something still stirs below. Buried deep, lost for eons, and never meant to return. We stand defiant. Cronus must not fall. And we are not alone. Is untold. Only one thing is certain. War has returned to Cronus.
Following in Armstrong's footsteps. I can almost...
Lunar Strike is a single-player narrative game set at a collapsing human settlement near the moon's south pole in the year 2119. The direction points toward a quiet struggle to preserve knowledge as systems fail and time becomes scarce. The tone stays grounded and reflective, centered on isolation, responsibility, and difficult moral decisions. Its core idea focuses on survival through preservation rather than combat, asking what should endure when humanity's last foothold begins to fade.
You're racking up quite the body count.
Mankind will forget who they were. Just do it.
Never. You hear? Never. Mass murder is not the way. I don't know. Am I mistaking data for an afterlife? But if memory isn't worth saving, what is?
The crew is unresponsive. Please contact head...
Rivage follows a lone survivor aboard the Ares space station after a mysterious space event leaves the crew missing. The game centers on puzzle solving and investigation as fragments of the station's past slowly come into focus. Its direction leans toward isolation and uncertainty, with the setting itself acting as a silent witness to what went wrong. The core idea revolves around uncovering truth through observation, logic, and quiet persistence in deep space.
We were meant to find answers. Now I have to find a way to escape this place. The clues are all around me.
Ray ventured into OG's territory alone. You sure you thought this through?
Zoopunk is a 3D action-adventure set decades before the events of Torch City's known history. The story points toward the rise of a mechanical threat triggered by a powerful energy source that pushes the animal world toward conflict and revolution. Its direction leans fast and physical, centered on character-driven combat inside fractured, war-scarred regions. At its core, the game frames a sci-fi struggle about identity, control, and the cost of progress in a city on the edge of collapse.
You really fixing to gamble with it?
1 for 5, it's worth a shot.
And you worried something might go wrong?
Wrong? I'm counting on it. It's mine now. Finish him. Give it back!
Raiden himself, huh?
It's all yours now, boss.
Good work. Now with this, even the Machine Legion doesn't stand a chance against me.
What?
Huh?
Come to Papa!
Right on time! Miss me?
Gotta hand it to you this time, Ray.
If Tron hadn't planned ahead and sent us as backup, you'd be done for.
Mission done? Let me take a look.
All accounted for. What's next?
It's time to save Torch City.
Outpost 2 Orbital Siege is a hybrid sci-fi strategy and action game built around large-scale orbital conflict. The concept points toward combining first-person combat with real-time command decisions during sustained sieges in space. Its direction focuses on managing pressure from multiple fronts while maintaining control of a moving stronghold. The approach leans tactical and mechanical, emphasizing survival through coordination rather than constant action.
I told you that every word you...
Judas takes place aboard a collapsing starship where survival depends on fragile alliances and unresolved past actions. The story points toward a tense escape scenario shaped by distrust, pressure, and moral conflict. The direction leans psychological and story-focused, with characters forced into cooperation under extreme circumstances. At its core, the game centers on survival in a closed space where relationships can either hold everything together or bring it down.
We both know the answer to that question. Nothing. You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. But I'm here to set you free, whether you like it or not.
Vanguard is a sci-fi shooter set within a war-torn universe where conflict extends across hostile planets. The concept points toward high-risk operations focused on survival, rivalry, and control over valuable resources. Its direction leans tense and unforgiving, with players dropped into unstable environments shaped by ongoing warfare. At its core, the game centers on persistence and consequence inside a shared galaxy that continues to evolve over time.
To meet us at their peril. For we will rise again.
Hello?
Aphelion is a narrative-driven sci-fi action-adventure set on a remote frozen planet at the edge of the solar system. The story follows an astronaut separated from her injured partner after a mission collapses under unknown forces. The direction points towards survival under constant threat, where movement, caution, and endurance matter as much as resolve. At its core, the game focuses on isolation, danger, and the struggle to reconnect in an unforgiving alien world.
Mission Control. The Hope 1 shuttle has crashed on Persephone. I lost contact with Dr. Montclair.
Hang on, Thomas. I got this.
Oh, shit.
I'm not alone.
What the hell?
It's stalking me. Crap, no! Oh, no. No. Mission Control. Anybody copy? Holy shit. What are you?
Humanity's future depended on us. Or so we thought.
Directive 8020 centers on survival far from Earth aboard confined spacecraft and unfamiliar locations. The concept focuses on limited space, uncertainty, and threats that remain unseen for long stretches of time. Tension builds through isolation and constant doubt rather than direct confrontation. At its core, the game revolves around fear shaped by silence, confinement, and the unknown.
Not really in the mood for a walk.
It's our only option. What would Stafford say?
Never forget why you started. Would you look at that? Gets me every time.
Come on, Galileo. What a mess.
Understatement of the year.
What is that?
Coolant, maybe?
What we're doing here is a vital step into a new tomorrow.
Okay, now you are sounding like one of William's training videos.
We have always questioned whether we're alone in the universe. It's only when we come face to face with death that we get our answer. However connected the universe may be, in the end, we all die alone.
Exodus is a sci-fi action-adventure RPG set tens of thousands of years into humanity's future. The story centers on a traveler sent across distant worlds to confront evolved forces that now shape the fate of mankind. Time and distance play a central role, with actions in the far reaches of space carrying long-lasting consequences back home. The game frames a large-scale struggle about survival, legacy, and humanity's place in a changed universe.
Scraps, just to get by.
Child of Orion, fulfill the purpose for which you were crafted, and seize your destiny.
Our world is dying. You are the only one who can wield celestial tech and find a cure. Well, that's terrifying. With the right ship and the right crew, you could save all of us.
I was on an alien world. Felt like I was finally doing what I was made for.
Thank you, June.
We are the defenders of Leiden's future. And we will fight to protect it.
The fight for survival has consequences. How far are you willing to venture? How much are you willing to sacrifice to save your world?
Damn, kid. No pressure there.
One of the biggest fears of an astronaut doing extravehicular activity, or EVA, is somehow becoming detached.
The Expanse Osiris Reborn is a third-person sci-fi action RPG set within a fractured solar system held together by fragile alliances. The story follows a mercenary caught in a deadly chain of events that pulls a small crew into a much larger conspiracy. Survival depends on leadership, trust, and hard decisions made under constant pressure. The game frames space as harsh and political, where loyalty is tested and danger follows across every orbit.
Science fiction, not simulation.
During real spacewalks, we actually use tethers to keep ourselves attached to the vehicle. In a reactive game, that would be too clumsy, and so mag boots is a creative way to kind of compromise and keep it realistic, but also be able to be reactive. But the fear is the same, becoming detached somehow and drifting away. And that's just one example. Even firearms would behave differently in space. Recoil and ballistics would also be different. People think about space as silent, but silence can mean danger. For example, inside of the spacesuit, there's a steady hum of the fan that's blowing oxygen over your face. The people at Alcat Games did some research and figured out that vibrations caused by shots inside of a vehicle would translate to the hull and likely be felt through the mag boots.
We love the idea, but have to adapt it. Pure realism would mean almost no sound in combat. No vacuum, you hear more than Austiners do, but far less than in atmosphere. What you hear is what your character feels. Breath, comes, vibrations. The tension stays, and so does the fear.
The mission crews train for months, even years together. The commander is chosen first and sets the tone. Just like in the game, trust takes time and shared experience.
The ship is crew's home. To craft the right atmosphere, we focus on the smallest of details. Life in space changes tastes. Astronauts often crave spices just to feel such sensations again. On pink water meals created from what could actually be grown in orbit. And in the same spirit, you'll even hear your companions discussing food and ingredients on the ship. We hope that our approach to blending realism with gameplay considerations will make players experience something engaging and truly immersive.
From the Ashes expansion, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora continues the story on Pandora through a darker chapter shaped by loss and retaliation. The focus follows a Na'vi warrior drawn into a new conflict as familiar lands suffer heavy destruction. The narrative points toward personal stakes and rising hostility between rival factions. At its core, this expansion centers on survival, vengeance, and a world pushed closer to collapse.
Journey here was not easy. A darkness moves at the forest's edge.
The RDA have new allies, Zoopunk.
It has been many years, warrior. Do you remember me? And I have not forgotten what I owe you.
Just you and me now, Sole. And I see you.
You will give me the fight! I am out! Watch me cut every one of your family.
Intergalactic. The Heretic Prophet is a sci-fi action-adventure set thousands of years in the future, following a lone bounty hunter stranded on a remote planet cut off from the wider galaxy. The story centers on survival and pursuit, as a search for a criminal syndicate turns into something far more personal. Faith, isolation, and lost history sit at the heart of the narrative, shaping how the world reveals itself. The game presents a lonely journey through an unfamiliar society where escape may depend on understanding what this planet believes in.
Tell me something good.
Well, you're right, it checks out. He's hiding out around the Superior Moon.
Excellent.
How is that excellent? He's next to fucking Superior. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just the right amount. I say we wait for him to leave, or how about we find a new lead? He's not worth it. I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
Can you please blame him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
He clearly is.
He is clearly desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
Anyone else with all your fucking shit? Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
Thank you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
The sun is forever.
Saros presents a sci-fi survival adventure set on a harsh desert world shaped by ancient civilizations and strange cosmic forces. The setting suggests ruins, forgotten technology, and power long buried beneath the sand. Survival appears tied to enduring an environment that offers little comfort or guidance. The game frames its world as vast and uncaring, where persistence matters more than dominance.
It's me, boss. Wait, how long? Since the last time the sun died, mate.
You left us here. We've lost people. There's no way to get home, and you...
Lies! This is what it does. It gets in our heads, and it twists, and it turns.
I won't break our promise. I will make everything perfect again. I know you're here, and I will find you.
Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Remake revisits the Old Republic era thousands of years before the Skywalker saga, during a time of war between Jedi and Sith. The story centers on identity, allegiance, and the balance between light and dark within a galaxy in turmoil.
They must be stopped.
Delusion Out of Space opens with a lone awakening inside an alien vessel damaged by forbidden experiments. The setting leans toward cosmic horror, where voices, ruins, and failing systems suggest something deeply wrong beneath the surface. Survival appears tied to navigating confined corridors while resisting both physical danger and psychological collapse. The game frames space as alien and oppressive, where understanding what happened may be as dangerous as escaping it. Halo Campaign Evolved revisits the origin of humanity's first encounter with the Halo Ring during a large-scale sci-fi conflict. You'll play as a lone super soldier caught between survival and a much larger galactic threat after a crash landing on an alien structure. The setting leans toward mystery and military tension, with ancient technology looming behind every battle. At its core, the game focuses on rediscovering a pivotal moment in sci-fi history through a rebuilt campaign framework.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
Touchdown! Hit it, Marines! Somebody order a warthog!
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here.
Lock and load, rock and roll!
Give them hell, Chief.
You've been to the sea before? On Earth?
Pragmata is a science fiction action-adventure set in the near future inside a remote lunar research station. The story follows an astronaut and an android companion forced to rely on each other as systems fail and isolation sets in. The setting leans cold and unsettling, with technology feeling both advanced and fragile. At its core, the game focuses on cooperation, uncertainty, and survival within an abandoned structure on the moon.
The distant brings our souls together.
Man, need us again. I can't do anything.
Hello, unregistered guests. Your presence here is a violation of Cradle Security Protocol.
So many lost. So much effort.
SpaceCraft is an online space simulation centered on rebuilding humanity after a catastrophic interstellar war. The premise revolves around entering an uncharted galaxy where survival depends on construction, resource control, and large-scale coordination. The setting leans vast and systemic, with space treated as both an opportunity and a constant risk. At its core, the game focuses on long-term growth, cooperation, and carving out stability in a universe still shaped by collapse.
Now, together, we're discovering new horizons. Every foundation laid, every spark ignited, every connection made builds something new. Our journey led us to these stars, and from the fragments of the past, we will forge a better, brighter tomorrow.
Star Wars Eclipse is an action-adventure set during the High Republic era, a time when the galaxy stands at the height of its power, yet close to instability. The story follows several characters whose paths intersect as tensions rise in a distant region of the Outer Rim. Peace appears fragile, shaped by political pressure, hidden threats, and personal motives. The game presents a cinematic sci-fi narrative focused on conflict, consequence, and the uncertainty beneath a golden age. Star Atlas is a large-scale sci-fi MMO set centuries in the future, where rival human, alien, and android factions compete for power across a fractured galaxy. The setting centers on political tension, scarce resources, and long-running conflict between vastly different civilizations. Players are positioned as citizens within these factions, contributing to a wider struggle that unfolds over time. The game frames its universe as persistent and player-driven, with progress shaped by participation rather than a fixed storyline.
Purpose, beliefs, all gone. But sometimes to evolve, you need to burn everything down. Sometimes you need to learn new things.
Hey guys, I got something.
It is true, though, the galaxy has danger. That comes looking for you when you least expect it. It's hard to know who your friends are. But my father always said, no danger, no deal. He also said that sometimes you need to take what is yours. That you need to make them see the real you. Let them know the truth. That was before he pulled at the strings of reality. That was before he broke the Star Atlas.
You've been waiting 4 long years. Intergalactic wars. Thousands of hours of...
Breathedge 2 follows a lone survivor dragged into a chaotic conflict with a powerful space corporation after a mission goes wrong. The game leans towards survival and management in hostile space, where danger comes from the environment as much as from enemies. Its sci-fi setting carries a dry, absurd edge, using humor to contrast constant risk and isolation. The focus stays on staying alive, keeping control, and pushing forward through a universe that rarely plays fair. Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Corps is a cooperative sci-fi shooter set deep beneath a hostile alien planet where mining facilities have gone silent. The premise centers on elite operatives sent into unstable depths to reclaim control and uncover what caused the collapse. Danger escalates with time, forcing teams to adapt inside unpredictable underground zones.